A new year approaches filled with renewed hopes and dreams. Who would have thought that 2014 would have gone by so quickly? For many of us, it's a time of reflection, looking at what we achieved and what we didn't. Whatever the case, the good thing is we have another brand new year with endless possibilities. Welcome to today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. It's the last Tuesday in 2014 and we have much to share. A new day has dawned for friends and neighbors in Cuba. As the U.S. begins to re-establish diplomatic relations with that country, we take a second look at the recent CARICOM-Cuba summit and remind you of one of the many partnerships between Jamaica and Cuba. Plus, what will you do differently to achieve your goals in 2015? We'll share some of your most interesting strategies. Let's start things off with this timely message, followed by the news.
What are you doing to help the fight against crime?
Sitting on the corner, minding your own business, definitely not going to work.
It is time for us to unite.
Unite.
Unite for change.
Citizens coming together to make their respective communities safer. The police, schools, public health, business, churches, NGOs, parents and neighborhood watch volunteers.
As we, the police, do our job,
We as citizens need to do our part as well.
Report crimes or even suspicious activities.
Let's all work together.
As one united front against crime.
And make Jamaica the place of choice to
Live, work, raise families, and do business.
Unite for Change, an initiative of the Ministry of National Security.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 30. The Police High Command has responded decisively to prevent further carnage on the roads by deploying more police to the streets. National Security Minister Peter Bunting says a zero-tolerance approach is being taken during the holiday period against reckless drivers and all forms of illegal activities.
The Commissioner has really put on hold any non-essential administrative type activity and aim to put at least 80% of all police personnel on the streets.
Mr. Bunting, who was speaking on JIS TV's Issues and Answers program, said the police have increased patrols within communities and public spaces across Jamaica. This, he says, is a deliberate strategy to increase safety and ensure motorists abide by the law. Meanwhile, pedestrians are being encouraged to wait for vehicles to stop before crossing the street. Road safety expert Kenute Hare says studies show that human beings cannot properly estimate the speed and distance of an oncoming vehicle, and this has been the cause of several road deaths.
You may say 20 kilometers there and then you find the vehicle at the feet and then you ask, oh, the vehicle is there. What we should be doing, it's critical. We must look right first.
Look right.
Left, right again, before we attempt to cross any road.
The head of the Transport Ministry's Road Safety Unit is also appealing to motorists to be careful on the roads, especially during the holiday season when there is an increase in road crashes. More than 300 persons have died on the roads in 2014. More than 10 communities served by the Ulster Spring Health Centre in South Trelawney are now benefiting from improved health services. Refurbished at a cost of $9 million, the centre now boasts an expanded dental department, dressing and treatment area, as well as a new sewage treatment plant. Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson said the centre was part of government's vision for primary health care and was aimed at reducing the burden on the hospitals.
The vision for Ulster Spring Health Centre is one which at least must be a center of excellence. And therefore, what has started is part of a process to be continued. Today, we have done over 150 health centers across the country. We have spent over $620 million on these centers. And the intention is to continue this primary care renewal project.
18 vendors who were affected by a November 9 fire at the old Fort Craft Market and Heritage Center in Montego Bay are now plying their wares in renovated shops. 15 kiosks were handed over by Tourism and Entertainment Minister Dr. Wickham McNeil just before Christmas.
I want to commend the contractors who work day and night, because I believe they have given the best Christmas present to the craft traders here at Old Fort.
Minister McNeil disclosed that he would be seeking further assistance for the craft vendors who were affected by the fire. As for the Old Fort, where the craft market is located, the minister said there were plans to maximize its potential.
We have asked the new craft council, the craft authority, chaired by Mrs. Mary Helen Rees, to look at it and to determine how we're going to move forward to develop this.
The $14 million project was funded by the Tourism Enhancement Fund and managed by the Tourism Products Development Company, TPDCO. And finally, government is reaffirming its commitment to the use of technology in transforming service delivery in the public sector with the appointment of a Chief Information Officer, CIO. Minister of State in the Technology Ministry, Julian Robinson, said the CIO, when appointed, will oversee how the government manages large-scale projects and how the country positions itself in the information and communications technology sector.
We just went out last month and we advertised for a Chief Information Officer for the government of Jamaica. We're going through those resumes, we are finalizing our selection, and hopefully in the first quarter next year, we will have a CIO in place for the government of Jamaica that can oversee the government's ICT strategy.
The Minister of State in the Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining was speaking recently at the Registrar General Department's Long Service Awards dinner. And that's it for GIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Prevent chikungunya. Get rid of mosquito breeding sites around the home. Empty dish drainers and keep refrigerator troughs dry. Punch holes in the bottom of tin cans before placing them in the garbage. Keep houseplants in damp soil instead of water and keep flowerpot saucers dry. Keep drains, ditches, roof gutters and eaves clean so water will drain properly. And remember to open your windows during fogging. Also, wear light-colored clothing and cover your body as much as possible to prevent mosquito bites. For more information on chikungunya prevention, call the Ministry of Health toll-free at 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683. Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. A message from the Ministry of Health.
The government of Jamaica enthusiastically welcomes the joint announcement in Washington and Havana on Wednesday, December 17, of the re-establishment of diplomatic relations between the United States of America and Cuba. The normalization of the relationship between these two countries of the Americas is a victory for all the peoples of the Americas. The policy shift is particularly heartening, coming so soon after the CARICOM-Cuba summit held in Havana on December 8 and the declaration which emanated from the meeting again calling for the full involvement of Cuba in the various fora of the international community.
And obviously pleased Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller a day after the historic announcement that the US and Cuba would be re-establishing diplomatic ties. As Mrs. Simpson Miller mentioned in that clip, Jamaica and the other CARICOM states discussed that very issue in Havana recently. Here's a recap of the 5th CARICOM-Cuba Summit.
I look forward to the discussions that we will have at the summit and hope that it will redound to the benefit of CARICOM and Cuba.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller's fervent expectations for the 5th CARICOM-Cuba Summit held in Havana on December 8. And from all indications, there were several major outcomes from the summit, including pledges of solidarity for extending trade, continuing economic and social cooperation, and tackling climate change.
It's all in a bid to ensure the progress and prosperity of the people of the region.
We will continue to stand steadfast with Cuba in the struggle to attain peace, progress, and sustainable development in our country and in our region.
And with that message, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and her CARICOM counterparts renewed their call on the United States to end its economic embargo against the island. The request was made through CARICOM Chairman, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown as he addressed the summit's opening ceremony.
President Obama and representatives of the U.S. Congress, end this senseless embargo against Cuba now. Let the Cuban people thrive.
Monday, December 8, which also marked CARICOM Cuba Day, was used to commend the selfless work of Cuba's healthcare workers in the fight against Ebola.
Cuban doctors, nurses, and technicians have not only put their lives at risk to save lives in West Africa, they have saved lives around the world by helping to contain and control the spread of Ebola. They deserve our deep respect, our great gratitude, and our enduring thanks.
And as efforts to increase trade and investment with Cuba continued, CARICOM leaders pushed for the establishment of a practical machinery to facilitate that goal. The CARICOM leaders asserted that, though small, trade with Cuba would be improved if an effective and affordable transportation network was in place.
I call this summit meeting to place high priority on creating mechanisms to move goods, services, and passengers throughout our countries. I'm convinced that if Cuba and CARICOM countries can jointly build a transportation network, all of our economies will benefit.
Tourism was highlighted as a gateway to increase cooperation between Cuba and the region.
If Cuba and CARICOM countries can establish the air transportation links and a network of collaboration between our hotels, multi-destination tourism that offers the distinctiveness of our culturally rich countries could be a winner for all of us.
Jamaica and the rest of CARICOM also pushed for greater collaboration with Cuba in sport. As she held talks with regional leaders, Mrs. Simpson Miller said Cuba's gift of the G.C. Foster College of Physical Education and Sport had assisted Jamaica to become a world leader in athletics. CARICOM sought to get Cuba's support by having one voice on matters of global importance. For his part, Cuba's President Raul Castro pledged his country's continued support for CARICOM. President Castro said Cuba's decision to support the region's access to special and differential treatment on the world stage was unwavering. He also offered Cuba's expertise and assistance in minimizing the effects of climate change on the island's coastlines. The CARICOM chairman agreed. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller also used her visit to Cuba to strengthen the long-standing ties between Jamaica and that country.
I bring you love and fraternal greetings from the people of Jamaica, who will forever be supporters and friends of the people of Cuba. We share a common history and connection through the movement of people and families across both islands.
The Prime Minister was participating in a military ceremony for the 118th anniversary of the fall in combat of Lieutenant General Antonio Maceo and his aide Panchito Gomez Toro. Maceo and his aide were among a number of Cuban freedom fighters who sought refuge in Jamaica during the Cuban Revolution.
His memory should inspire all the people of our region to achieve great things no matter the obstacles that we encounter.
Building on those long-established connections, Mrs. Simpson Miller called for greater dialogue and constructive engagement in the effort to secure progress and prosperity for the people of the region.
It is not on the fields of battle. It is not through war or conflict, but rather on the plains of dialogue and respectful constructive engagement that we must forge new understandings. It is with love, friendship, and cooperation that we will advance the progress of the people of Cuba and the Caribbean.
The Prime Minister left Cuba assured that the ancestral ties will continue to be a lasting foundation on which to extend cooperation.
There'll be a better tomorrow. 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 There'll be a day. There'll be a way. There'll come a time to sing a brand new song. There'll be a better tomorrow.
Jamaica has had a long and fruitful relationship with Cuba. Partnerships in the field of health have yielded huge benefits for Jamaicans. Take, for instance, their help in preparing local healthcare workers for the dreaded Ebola disease, or annual scholarships for medical students. Another initiative is the Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care Program, which has enabled thousands of Jamaicans to receive free eye care services. Find out more about that program right now.
Our eyes, the most sensitive and delicate organs in our body, and perhaps the most amazing. They present us with a window through which we can see the world. Our eyes are very important to our day-to-day activities because they are responsible for most of the information our brains receive. That is probably why we rely on our eyes more than any other organ in our body. Have you ever closed your eyes and pretended that you could not see? That might give you an idea of how it is to be blind. The good news is that help is available to make sure that blindness for you remains only a pretense. It's what the Jamaica-Cuba Ophthalmology Center has been doing, helping to prevent blindness by providing quality eye care. The center was officially opened in January 2010 at the St. Joseph's Hospital in St. Andrew. The opening of the center is part of the agreement under the Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care Program, which was signed in July 2009. The facility serves Jamaica and the English-speaking Caribbean, but Jamaican residents do not pay for the services offered.
To all Jamaican citizens, this program is free of cost. So if you're a Jamaican, you're living in Jamaica or you're not living in Jamaica, once you come to this program and you identify yourself as a Jamaican, you have no fees to pay, neither for surgery, nor for hospital costs, nor for medications or drugs issued to you under this program.
Surgeries began in March 2010, and so far there have been over 50,000 consultations, 5,000 surgeries, and 15,000 post-operative sessions held.
This program touches Jamaicans in the field because the screening takes place in the field, and the two teams go into the field, see the patients, and determine who should come in for further assessment and surgery if necessary.
Of the 5,000 surgeries done so far, we've only had one reported case of serious complication. We want that figure to remain as low as possible, so we work in earnest to ensure that all the steps are taken to ensure that all the surgeries are as risk-free as possible and that patients will reap a success that we want them to reap as far as surgeries are concerned.
So what is responsible for the program achieving that tremendous success?
The success of this program has to be attributed to the high level of efficiency of the team. They are very skilled, they take their work seriously, and they are 100% committed to the cause. We have a set of Jamaicans working on the program. We have a set of medical and technical staff working who have come from Cuba working under the program, and they work very well together. And at the focus or at the center of all of this is the patient's care.
Before this center was opened, patients under the Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care Program were transported to the Spanish-speaking island for treatment. That is a thing of the past. According to the Ministry of Health, the Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care Program has allowed the country to have a sustainable national program that serves every segment of the population.
The Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care Program is a successful South-South cooperation, and it proves that collaboration between developing countries can be done and can be done successfully.
The ophthalmology project is really a flagship project in the health sector right now, and you can get testimonies from right across Jamaica. Persons who could not see are now seeing, and for us, that is what healthcare delivery must be about.
I did an operation and it was good, and I am glad I get the opportunity to do it.
I do my 2 operations. They are so successful, and I can drive and see nicely. I'm cool. It is wonderful.
They have a wonderful program, very nice program, and they know what they are doing.
The program operates through 4 phases: selection of persons for surgery, surgical services and laser treatment, follow-up post-operative care, and strengthening the capacity of Jamaican doctors and nurses. At present, the Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care program caters for 3 eye conditions: cataract, that is, opacity of the lens, pterygium, fleshy growth over the eye, and diabetic retinopathy, that is, damage to the back of the eye or excessive blood vessel growth from uncontrolled diabetes.
For persons wanting to access the program, I could say to you that the process is very simple. All you simply need to do is visit your health center, speak with your medical practitioner. He will provide you with a referral for you to visit the ophthalmology center. And with that referral, you walk into any one of our screening sessions. And from there, you'll be given an appointment if you're selected and so on. And it's smooth sailing from there.
So I would encourage very much all persons in Jamaica that have some of the illnesses that are covered within the program to come to be in a position to be screened so that we can identify those who are eligible to pursue or to receive surgery at the center.
The Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care project started on September 1, 2005 as one of the steps taken by the country to achieve its obligations under the Vision 2020 Global Initiative. The initiative seeks to ensure the right to sight by eliminating the main causes of avoidable blindness.
Very often we sign bilateral arrangements. We hear about government-to-government cooperation, but really and truly, it is, I keep saying, where the rubber hits the road that the program meets success. And I think we have worked very, very well at the operational level to make this program a success.
We look forward with great anticipation for the continuation and sustainability of this project, because it has brought great value to the healthcare delivery system in Jamaica. And as you know, your eyes, you only have 2 of them. And for everyone, it is so important to be able to see.
Did you know regular physical activity controls your weight, reduces your risk of cardiovascular diseases, reduces your risk for type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome, reduces your risk of some cancers, strengthens your bones and muscles, and increases your chance of living longer? Get active, get fit, stay healthy.
Losing weight and getting fit are always up there on the list of goals for the new year. Sadly, after a few weeks, this and many others fall by the wayside. So how will you avoid that this year? What will you do differently to achieve your goals?
I'll definitely make new plans, put different things in place to welcome the new year, 2015. What's different I do actually in 2014, I will definitely change that and make a big difference.
I'm doing some studies now. I plan to achieve that.
Hustle harder. I only solution that, you see me? Because we not rob and thief.
Correct some of the mistakes from last year so you can achieve more this year.
Financially, I just be more disciplined. It's, we have savings goals, so be more disciplined about that and try to cut back where I can so that I can achieve my larger financial goals.
Go to church, because to all me see now, church would be the best place for me right now.
I plan to do a business, and the business is like raise some fowl, sell some food, and finish build my little house to me and my children there.
This is one time we don't want you to laugh. Staying safe on the road is a serious thing. Mr. Taxi driver and bus driver, take time, man. People, so one-stop driver and come off. Cyclists, motorcyclists, pedestrian, all road users using the head. Only if you use cell phone and drive. No, man. Idiot thing that. Road safety is no laughing matter. Because we want you to be around and laughing with us for a long time.
A message from the National Road Safety Council and National Health Fund.
Here are a few other strategies to help you on your journey for progress and improvement in 2015.
A healthy and educated people living in a clean, natural environment, reducing crime, improving the justice system and governance, building a prosperous economy. It's not just a vision, it's reality. Learn about the plan. Join the vision.
My country, Jamaica, has a rich heritage and is very unique. If we all pull together, we can make it the place of choice to live, work, raise family, and to do business.
For more information on Vision 2030, call the Planning Institute of Jamaica or visit vision2030.gov.jm, your parish library, school library, or the Jamaica Information Service.
Forgetting what lies behind us and looking forward to what lies ahead. Some wise words from the Bible and a fitting way to leave you as you reflect on the year behind us and look forward to 2015. Let's not only make plans, but act on them. Thank you for joining us on the program. We look forward to your feedback, so drop us a line at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. You may also catch up with us on our various social media platforms. On behalf of the JIS production team, I'm Theodore Henry. Tune in again tomorrow to catch our last show for 2014. Blessings.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.